Raw Hot Takes, October 21st edition. New Day breaking up is a terrible idea. Drastic Vision 146. I don't agree. I actually think this is a good idea. Ever have a friend group where there's two people dating and it seems like they're going to be dating forever and you just accept it, and then one day they're like, nope, we broke up? And that's kind of like the New Day. They've been around for just about 10 years coming this November, and it feels like they just are meant to be together forever. Whether or not they're having a good time, or the relationship is evolving, or they're just doing whatever, we just want them to be together because we're just used to them being together. We just want them to be together forever. But think of it from Xavier Woods' perspective. He's never really had that moment to just go out on his own and be his true heel self, because you can see that there's a heel just dying to get out of Xavier Woods. And I know, they were supposed to be the one tag team that never broke up, but you know what? All good things come to an end, and so will the New Day. Braden, Jey losing was the right move. Yeah, my heart's not happy, but my mind understands. DJ Playmaker 50-50. Wait, so is Samantha gone? Yes, she is gone. She quit. The reports are that she wants to follow her singing career. I know a lot of people, including myself, have been like, it's all Ricochet's fault, but I guess she wants to follow her singing career. Oh, and if you want to be a part of Hot Takes, all you gotta do is after Raw and after SmackDown and PLEs, go to the YouTube community tab, and that's where I ask for them. I usually post 2 to 3 times saying, hey, one of your hot takes. Green Bean says, Jay's IC title run should have been longer. He had so many opponents to face in the IC picture, but I understand why they put the title on Bron, though. It's better to have loved than lost than to never loved at all, and I am just so happy that Jey got that moment. If he would not have won a singles title before going back into the Bloodline storyline, I think that would have been horrible. I know that it sucks that his title reign was so short, but it's understandable in the grand scheme of things. But I'm glad that Green Beans can, while want one thing, understand why and accept why they did the other thing. My wrestling hot take, I want to quit my job and do wrestling content full-time, 7 days a week, and stream 2 to 3 times a week as well. And in the process, you can win this belt, because all you gotta do is comment below and subscribe to the channel. That will help me go full-time, and that will help get this beautiful belt around your beautiful waist. Please don't call HR. I probably should have rephrased that. But anyways, help me out. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already, and please subscribe and comment. Let's get back, because hot take videos are always long, but always just entertaining. Love that you guys are so engaged, and your hot takes are awesome. Okay, next hot take. Donatello Leonardo. I'm not a big fan of the Wyatt 6. I think they're booked way too strong in a babyface faction. Babyface faction is the key word here, because some people are like, whoa, they gotta be strong. They're a new faction. Not necessarily, because American Made is a new faction, and they're booked to be super weak. Baby faces, they do need to win. However, they need adversity. When the Wyatt 6 shows up, we all just assume that everybody's getting destroyed, and where's the drama in that? They came in super strong. They made Chad Gable look pathetic almost every week. Then they won their feud, and now they're feuding with the Final Testament. They are so weak to begin with. They couldn't even beat the New Day in a match, who are in the process of breaking up, and they just suck. And now, what, this overpowered babyface faction is coming to destroy them? Like, I don't get this. So the solve to this is to put the Wyatt 6 as heels, and then being too powerful is actually a good thing, because now the baby faces have to fight from the bottom and somehow manage to topple this super powerful beast of a faction. Damian King, the ending was awful. Jey did not deserve that. Was hoping Tungaloa would botch and show up in the wrong arena. You know, Tungaloa hasn't botched in a while. The dude even stood on top of a ladder, and I was like in fear that he was gonna fall, but hey, he survived that. So Tungaloa doing a good job not making mistakes. Man, I wish I had made so many mistakes at my job that when I just do it without mistakes that people praise me. It's like a toddler taking a nap. Good job. You took a nap today. How come I don't get compliments for taking naps anymore? No, I'm lazy when I take a nap. Tungaloa not messing up is cause for celebration. But what was the original comment though? It's something about Jey. The ending was awful. Jey did not deserve that. I don't think it was bad in the sense of it was bad booking. I think it was bad in the sense of we wanted Jey to win and he lost and we're mad and angry, and that's why we don't like it, and that's the appropriate response sometimes to wrestling. We gotta be mad, we gotta be angry sometimes that our hero was unjustly beaten. And then we can go and celebrate when Jey then goes back to the Bloodline and gets his revenge. Children of TV, Final Testament needs something to get them over, new type of heel gimmick. All talented stars, but something isn't clicking with them and the audience. Yeah, I agree. Something's not clicking with the Final Testament. I can tell they're all talented. Heck, APA was the muscle for the Monday Night Messiah Seth Rollins years ago. They're a good tag team, and yet right now, bleh. Meh. And same with Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross was such a dominant champion on NXT, and yeah, they botched him when he came to Raw. They made him lose to Jeff Hardy as an undefeated champion. Just mind-blowing what they did. But that was the Vince McMahon era, and I know Karrion Kross is a Triple H guy, and yet it just isn't working. I've listened to interviews with Karrion Kross outside of wrestling, and I actually like the guy, but some reason, somehow, when it comes to him in the WWE ring, I don't connect with them. Children of TV, you're absolutely right. Something needs to happen. Shake it up somehow, some way. Otherwise, maybe it's time to let them go. Monster Jabroni always hating on Usos and the Bloodline and Roman Reigns. I'm glad that Bron won the Intercontinental Championship back. I have never been a fan of the Usos. So Monster Jabroni, you have all the rights in the world to be entitled to your opinion. You and I, we just don't see eye to eye. I love the Usos. I love Roman Reigns. I love the Bloodline. But I am glad that you are still sticking with the channel, even though we have a difference of opinion. Domino Links. Cody feels natural on Raw. He should be over there full time. So Cody wasn't on Raw last night, so this is probably just a general statement, hot take. I guess I don't have too much of an opinion on it. Maybe Raw, though. Yeah, you know, I think Raw, now that I think about it, because Raw's a little more old school, and Cody is definitely an old school type of wrestler. AMP6 Killer, the Bloodline story is getting old. Well, it is a 4-year storyline, so I fully understand where you're coming from. I'm still enjoying it. I see this as the longest yet greatest storyline ever produced in wrestling. I can't believe it's still going. And it definitely has its ups and downs, its valleys and peaks. I mean, The Rock just appeared on Bad Blood. Now Jey Uso's with the original Bloodline again really soon. So I think that we're about to go into a peak and get out of this valley we're in. But I can see why you think it's old. It's 4 years. It is old. Lilian played the game with Triple H to return to WWE announcing. They look pretty cozy in the thumbnail. I get what you're implying, but I don't think that's the case. These guys have been friends for a very, very long time. Lilian Garcia was an announcer during the Attitude Era. And what's he supposed to do? Look kind of uncomfortable next door? No. Fasto Lordy, speaking of Lilian Garcia, I like Lilian, but she couldn't get past one line without blowing it. That's true. That's true. I felt really bad about that. Contenders came out as containers. I know. Here she is replacing Samantha Irvin, and she botches literally her first call. It was painful. I felt really bad for her. But, you know, just like wrestlers, she has some ring rust on her. Let's give her a little bit of time before we start calling her the Tungaloa of ring announcing. Jamie K. Commentary should have sold the face-off between Bron and Jacob way more than they did. Absolutely. I didn't even know I wanted this match until their paths crossed, and it was amazing. I'm surprised that Wade Barrett didn't key in on this, because Wade Barrett has been doing an amazing job lately, and I feel like as the senior announcer right here, he should have gone just completely crazy over this, but it could have been an even bigger moment had Wade Barrett or Joe just said what a big deal this was. The Truth Slanger. The whole reason for placing the belt on him was to tie him into the Bloodline storyline again. I could see that. I could definitely see that. However, I think Triple H wanted to reward Jey Uso, or he wanted to appease the fans or something, give the fans what they wanted. I think Jey Uso's popularity warranted at least one title run, even if it was short, because if they just wanted to get Jey in the storyline, they could have done the, okay, Jey versus Bron for the title with Jey as the challenger, and then they play out the same scenario where the Bloodline come interfere and cost him it. Jamie Kay. Rhea's feud with Raquel is a step down from her feud with Liv, which was already running dry. Yeah, I think this one needs to kind of wrap it up. I get what they're doing with Rhea and Raquel. You know, there is a built-in storyline there, but it does seem, I don't know. It does seem like it's starting to go more downhill than up. Take 32. Lilian's return was a bad idea. She had her time, and a younger announcer should take over. This was a situation in which your main announcer literally quits, and you're kind of in a bind. What do? Triple H called somebody that he knew was a reliable hand and brought her in. Even though they say she's full-time, it's probably more just a filler spot until they can bring someone in and take over that spot. Metal Mayhem. Dream match, Breaker, Fatu. Bron and Jacob, nose to nose, was the best part of the night, 100%. That was so good. However, I will say low-key, Solo Sikoa, I was very entertained by him tonight. He really showed a lot of personality, and I feel that if we were getting the Solo we saw tonight on a more regular basis, we wouldn't be so harsh on the guy. He did a really good job tonight, but you're right. Jacob and Bron, nose to nose, amazing. I did not know I wanted it, but now I need it. Shrunken Zell, I think there's a couple typos, so I'm going to put in words and fix it as I read it. Also, I don't know how you're not lost because of the Bloodline storyline. I feel silly. Where's the original Bloodline to at least help? No one came out there, man. Maybe you haven't been watching for a minute, but basically, the original Bloodline has been gone since WrestleMania 40. Roman Reigns is returning on SmackDown, and he has Jimmy now. They reached out to Jey. Jey said he didn't want help. So the new Bloodline, well, they were mad at Jey for last week, him confronting them, so they came and beat him down. Jimmy and Roman, they aren't supposed to really be on Raws. The original Bloodline, they're on SmackDown. The new Bloodline, they invaded Raw, so that's why nobody came out and helped him. The real question was where's Sami Zayn? Tiz Mickey, I'm not sure at this point if Sami is going to be a part of the Bloodline storyline. I really thought that Jey would retain because I didn't think his title reign would end without him interacting once. You're absolutely right. Where is Sami Zayn? Why haven't they interacted? Sami gave Jey his blessing to go get the IC title because Sami lost it to Bron Breakkers. Why did they have a celebration moment? Even on the phone, do something. And where was Sami? His Uso brother is getting beat up. Where are you, Sami? Help out. If Sami does not rejoin the original Bloodline, I will be so heartbroken. Sami Zayn, Bloodline Sami Zayn is one of my favorite characters of all time, and if we don't get that original reunion, if it's just going to be Roman, the Usos, and Paul, that will be a huge missed opportunity. I hope you are wrong, because I want Sami in that Bloodline. Southpaw Jimmy. Paul Heyman will show up with help for Roman, but just when everyone thinks it's Jey, no yeet. It will be Bron Breakker. That would be something, because we did have the Bron and Jacob little stare down, but Paul Heyman, he did kind of advocate for Bron Breakker one time in NXT. I don't see it, though. I think it would be too much of a left turn if suddenly Bron Breakker was involved in this storyline. And Bron Breakker and Roman, they would not be able to really coexist that long. I just don't see Bron Breakker taking orders from the Tribal Chief. But you never know in wrestling. Owen Hart one time, became the co-leader of the Nation of Domination, so anything's possible. So I can't pronounce his name, but some hiccups tonight with Lilian, but it was truly fantastic to see her. A treat. She got a couple things wrong, but whatever. Nice to see her back. I'm really happy, though, that she feels such a part of the WWE family that when they're in need and they could ask for help, then she would come running to help, and I really respect that. Thank you, Lilian, for helping us in our time of need. Cam Nami, and again, it's Jacob looking strong after Solo gets laid out. But Bron versus Jacob is a dream match. Again, Solo not looking good, but Jacob looking great. Maybe Solo was just the fall guy. Maybe they put Solo as the leader of the Bloodline because they knew nobody could follow Roman, and they were like, yeah, you know what? Solo, he's young, he's got a whole career ahead of himself. Let's just let him take all the heat of a failure new Bloodline because no Bloodline is going to be a success after Roman. So put all the heat on Solo. He'll recover in a year or two, and we'll just make everybody else look strong, and Jacob is benefiting from that. I don't know what it is, but you're absolutely right. Jacob looked amazing and strong, while Solo, you know, he gets taken out. Poor Solo, because he did a great job tonight, and yet Jacob is the one we are remembering. Chris Gutierrez, Lilian Garcia should go to NXT and be swapped for Alicia Tyler or Mike Rome. She is awful. So, you know what? Whenever there's someone new, there's going to be a lot of people that love him and a lot of people that hate him. I've seen both sides. We're really happy Lillian's back. She's the GOAT. And who is this? She is horrible. So, you know, we're just going to have to get used to Lilian for now, whatever side of the fence you're on. Also from Chris Gutierrez, Raw going 3 hours to 2 has seen a massive downgrade in quality. Definitely match quality. That main event, it was definitely interrupted too many times by commercial breaks. It's shocking to me that 3 hours Raws are finally something that we want to see, because for the longest time they sucked, and yet we are feeling now that maybe 3 hours is the proper format. Got the Nation. WWE should hire me. It's like I have a copy of their script. I predicted this. And then he goes out and he has. I've been reading his comments and he definitely predicted everything that would happen tonight. Hey, Got the Nation? You did come up with the Thug line also, which is a brilliant, and I love that name. There is actually a listing for WWE Creative right now on their website. So maybe you should go apply and maybe you will get hired. Big Tuna! I love that name. Jey losing was 100% the right call. Definitely more right than wrong. I get why they did it. I'm just happy that he got the title, and now he's going back to the Bloodline. When he's out of the Bloodline, he can go back and get the Intercontinental title and continue his run. It sucks because it was so short, but it was the right call. Patrick, Jey stuck his nose in Solo's business first, so this is well deserved. A while ago, Solo and Jey crossed paths, and Solo didn't do nothing. He just kept walking. Yeah, it was a little tense and a little uncomfortable, but he just kept walking. Solo was okay with leaving Jey alone, and Jey's the one that came in and stuck his nose in Solo's business. So, love you, Jey, but storyline-wise, you did start it. Negligence. 14 years for a 14-day reign. Jey losing sucks, but at the end of the day, I'm still excited for whatever the Bloodline has planned next. It's just mind-blowing. I think the actual day of his title reign was 28 days, but I get your point. Way too short for someone with such a long career, but like you, I'm very excited for what's next, and that's the good thing about Triple H's booking. Even though things happen that we don't like, he has built up so much credibility that we know that it's for the purpose of the storyline, usually, and then we can have faith that even if we don't like something, something exciting is happening next. So, Triple H, love that man. DJ Playmaker, I'm sad to see Samantha gone, but we got the OG Lilian back. Then we got Crashing Season from Seth and Bronson. We got OP, Overpowered Rhea, the spark of the Bloodline reunion, and we got Wyatt 6 new target. The theme of Raw was chaos, with Adam Pearce losing control is Fugo, which is fire, I believe. So Raw is fire right now. Raw is losing control. Adam Pearce is just scrambling everywhere. His drinking problems getting worse, and it's great. This 2-hour format is adding to the chaos because things are just coming at us left and right. Raw is fire right now. Sebastian Mehle. Thank you, Triple H. It's funny that I get this thank you comment after I just thanked Triple H maybe like, what, 2 or 3 comments ago. I don't really read these in advance, so it's just kind of cool that we're on the same wavelength. But yeah, Triple H, Bang up job. Thank you. Luck as Neo. Jey losing the IC belt probably means next year he'll be world champion. Gunther loses to a traditional champion, and Jey wins against that person. Also, Brock versus Dominic next week. Ha! Alright, so I don't know if we'll see Jey as world champion with your reasoning. The last line, though, is what I want to focus on, because Dominic Mysterio is fighting a world champion next week. And who could it be? Who could that world champion be? Unless they're going to try to make it like something silly, like David Arquette. Who could this champion be? Hopefully, it's not Damian Priest. Love Damian Priest, but that's kind of played out. Although it would kind of reignite that Judgment Day versus Damian Priest, plus Damian Priest is gunning for Gunther, so most likely it's going to be Damian Priest. Tristan, that's amazing, awesome to see. I'm not exactly sure what Tristan is referring to, but it is a Raw hot take, so maybe he just really enjoyed Raw, maybe he enjoyed the Wyatt 6 coming out, or the brawl between Seth and Bronson, or the most amazing thing, Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu face-to-face, nose-to-nose. That was amazing and awesome to see. Sable5488. I think Braun Breaker should be the 4th guy for the Survivor Series match. His stare down with Jacob was awesome. That's like the 2nd person that has said something. I was not even thinking that. Honestly, I want Sammy in. I already said that, but Cody has more legit claim to be in the Survivor Series War Games match than Braun Breaker. Just one little confrontation I don't feel warrants him getting into this blood feud. Interesting that multiple people are starting to come to that conclusion. So that's your Monday Night Raw hot takes. I appreciate you guys and girls coming in and commenting, engaging with the community and the videos, helping me create things. We just got a video editor on the channel. Hopefully he did the dream match video, and we're going to see if we're clicking and gelling, and that's just one more step in the right direction of becoming full-time, and it's all thanks to you beautiful, lovely people out there. Guys, girls, have a great day.